walking with Jesus on a straight and narrow road. I surrender my will, my heart, my mind, my soul, and I won't turn back. As long as He leads the way, I will follow Him, and I won't turn back. As long as He strengthens me, I will follow Him, and I won't turn back. As long as He strengthens me, I will follow Him, and I won't turn back. That's what I'm striving for, to enter heaven's door. At the end of my journey, there's a prize to be won.
Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, based on the time, or good evening, on where you are watching Walking with Jesus. And we are truly striving to walk with Jesus, who is our Father, our Creator, our love, our friend,
yes, our provider, our
Yes.
sustainer, our deliverer, our doctor, our lawyer, our protector, our love,
Yes,
my
that's
sweet ever-loving Father.
and then some. So we thank you so much for tuning in again.
Yes.
And again, we're here with our host, Gloria Russell,
Hi.
and myself, co-host Sherilyn Bass, and our sister. We just love having fun with her, so we had to just hug, tied her, and brought her back. So we just hope that she
Thank you
have,
for having me.
enjoy yourself, be with us as much as we do, having you on the show with us, and
Thank you.
words of wisdom as always. We thank you so much. I thank God for my family. I thank God for the family that I was born into.
Oh, isn't that something?
And I will not trade my
Wow,
sisters
it's true,
for
yes.
no reason at all.
What about the brothers?
And my brother Daniel,
Brothers.
who's our producer, he's behind the camera. We love you too.
Yes, I love
And
brothers.
thank you so much for helping us to minister to the world.
Yes,
Amen.
appreciate it. Yes.
We're going to be talking about peace today. Peace in trials, peace in the world, wars and everything else. So
yes.
right now we're going to go into a word of prayer. We're going to ask our special guest to just go to God today.
And read the scripture for us.
Yes, there you go. We're putting you to work. You
Yes,
don't come
we get-
to our show
to
and just sit there and look pretty.
See,
You
it's
have to
called
work
walking
with Jesus.
Okay.
Yes.
I need to give you
Father,
yes.
in the mighty name of Jesus, we give you thanks and
Yes.
praise for all you have done
Yes, Lord.
and what you are about to do.
Yes, Lord.
We honor you
Yes,
and we
Father.
bless your name. Please let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our heart be acceptable in your sight.
Oh God,
our strength and our Redeemer.
Amen.
He's everything to me.
He's everything.
Hallelujah.
Oh, the sanctified praise. So right now we're going to be reading our scripture. Again, we're talking about peace. Do us the honors.
Yes.
Okay, it is coming from Isaiah 26 and verse 3. Thou will keep him
Yes, he will.
in perfect peace,
You hear that?
whose mind is stayed on thee,
Yeah.
because he trusted
Hallelujah.
in thee.
Thank you, Jesus.
Amen. That's
I
a
actually
mouthful.
feel, I really feel, I'm feeling spiritual right now. I really do. Because this is deep for me. This is deep for me. He will keep me in perfect peace if my mind is stayed on him. Because why?
He is peace.
And I trust in him.
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
And I'm still learning that. That no matter what I may be going through, and you are there, no matter what you may be going through, no matter what you may be facing, you can have peace. You can have peace. It might take a while for you to develop that relationship with God where you could trust him, because he trusts. You trust. When you trust the Lord, you will have peace. Because what we go through, the negative things that happen, is not always going to be that way, right? So it's just like being pregnant. I always use this illustration. When you're pregnant, not everyone will be sick, but those of us who be sick, you know in the back of your mind, you're not always going to be sick. You know, once that and you know why you're sick. It's a purpose for you being sick. You might not like being sick, but you know eventually, yes, it's a night, yes. And so that's the same thing with when we go through trials and tribulation. And those of you out there who might be grieving over the loss of a loved one, God can give you that peace. You know, and it's harder when you don't know if they made it in. That is very hard. But God can also give you peace even in that, you know. And I pray that the Lord will give you peace right now. Those of you out there who need peace right now, I really pray that you would feel the loving arms of your Father wrapped around you, you know, and you laying in His bosom, and He just telling you, child, I love you. I know you're hurting. I know you're hurting deep inside, but I'm here for you. Just let me in. Let me give you that peace that you need so desperately, you know. And the peace that God gives you, it will overflow into the lives of other people. You know, when He gives you a gift, you share it, and you bless other people. So I love the topic that we choose for this evening. Peace in God. Keep your mind on God, and He'll keep you in perfect peace. Anyone have anything to add to that?
When you're talking about peace, for me, I feel like peace. When you're talking about personal peace, like someone that's having peace, and that sense of the word, I feel like peace in that sense is something you have to learn. It's not just a feeling.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
Yes.
Because for me, everything used to bother me. Growing up, you say 2 words to me, it bothered me. And I had to learn how to just let it go over my shoulder. Now, there's only one thing that bothered me, and I'm not going to say what it is, but business, my job, family, they can't hurt me. No matter what they say, what they do, trust me, I know me. I don't let it bother me.
So what steps you took?
What step I took? I had to learn that you can't control people and the way they think, the way they act, but I can control me.
This is good.
I can control me. So in controlling me, I had to realize that I'm not going to let you make me upset, because if I'm upset, I'm going to have a bad day. And you're stealing more from me. You're taking more from me when I'm upset. Because if I'm upset, I'm really upset.
Yes.
And it's not only going to affect you, it's going to affect this one, the next person, the next person. And then I wouldn't get a lot of stuff done. Because when I'm upset, I don't be upset. I get mad. I don't get even. I just get mad.
Yeah.
You know, but I had to learn just to let it go over me. And it didn't take 2 or 3 days or months.
That's right.
It was a learning process. So I right now, things don't really bother me. You could tell me anything. You could talk about me. And if you talk about me, when I see you, I'm like, hey girl, how you doing? You think I'm being fake? I'm not being fake. I'm real, because I really don't care.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I mean, that's how I feel. I don't care what you say, what you do.
But see, it's different kinds of peace. I'm
we're talking about different kinds of peace right now.
Personal peace. That's what I'm talking about.
You're talking about the peace that God give you the strength to give to yourself.
Yes.
Or the tools that He give you to use to protect your emotions.
Right.
She is talking about the peace that comes from God. Ultimately, that peace that you have also come from God.
Right.
But you have utilized the tools that you know how to protect yourself from becoming frustrated or evil-minded,
right,
or even depressed.
Yes.
Because a lot of times when we are unhappy, there's no peace, and we become depressed. Most especially when there's things that you cannot change, that you want to be changed. I think I mentioned to you before a few years ago, when I had the company come to put the gate around the house. How I paid the man the money, and he didn't get the work done when I thought that he should have gotten it done. I started having chest pains.
Yes.
Like literally chest pains end up in the hospital
Mhm.
because I was so unhappy.
Stressed out over
I was
fence.
stressed out over a fence.
And then we were talking how the worst part about her being stressed over a fence was like it was no important function or no important event coming up where in her yard or whatever where she had to have it done. She just wanted it done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was no urgency about it.
But it was for me, and that's what you were saying. Giving things
Yes.
and people the power to dictate our
My Lord.
actions is very, very dangerous.
Damaging to the
Right, it
body.
causes us to be miserable people because we don't look at the situation as, you know what, Lord, I am using this as a learning experience and I'm going to let it go. We want to dig into it, and then we feed ourselves all this negative energy and giving the stuff more power.
Yes, we putting fuel to the
Yes, and then we end up with headaches because we're so miserable.
Okay.
We allow things to cause us to come out of character because we just think that we should have better than that,
Yes,
or
yes,
you shouldn't have
yes,
said that
yes,
about me,
sir.
or
Yes, yes.
I need more, and you know my name is Mrs. Bass, and you can't talk to me like that.
Girl,
And we
don't you
get all
know
depressed.
who I am?
Yeah. Who do you? Yeah. Yeah.
And
But you know, and then you waste so much nights can't. Oh, have you ever
and
been
energy.
there? Can't sleep in the night because
Yes.
your mind won't shut up.
Yes.
Have you ever been
Yes.
No.
there?
When
Yeah.
I'm ready to sleep, I fix myself in the bed and I go to sleep.
That's
Wait
because
a
you work
minute.
nights, so when you got to sleep.
No, but what about before?
Before I
No,
went
honestly,
there.
no,
Before
Jay, listen, Jay.
Yes. Yes.
Listen, Jay.
Yes.
Never?
Never couldn't go to sleep.
Yeah.
Had something bother you to the point that you couldn't go to sleep.
I will call you and tell you what
No,
I
man,
have
I don't
to
get
say.
that. No, come on, never.
And once I
Well,
get
it
it
don't
off
have to be
my
a
chest,
person.
I'm good.
I'm off this
Not really a person.
Or situation.
Situation.
Yeah, like how you
That will cause
guys
you to be,
gonna-
you
you
know,
trust God.
sleepless
You know, the
nights.
Bible say what we just read the scripture. God keeps those in perfect peace.
Whose mind?
Whose mind is stayed on Him. Okay.
And our minds are
So-
not on God 24 hours
oh
a day.
yeah.
No, for real though.
I don't get that.
No, for real. I tried just now to try to think back. No, for real. I think about things as long as I want to.
It's serious, you know.
When I feel like it's time for me to go to sleep, and for real.
How do you?
I close my eyes. I turn off the lights first. Close my eyes. Wrap myself
You turn
up,
off the light.
and I tune everything out, and I go
That's
to
a gift,
sleep.
I would say,
I was thinking the exact same thing.
because there's no.
I've learned not
I'm-
to.
I'm still-
and actually, the last 6 years is my most comfortable years,
Uh-huh.
even though things are not the way it should be. Because
That's nice,
my
yeah.
husband always tell me, you worry
That's
too much.
wonderful.
And then I try to tell, look, and it's not that the point that I'm worrying,
Yeah.
it's that I'm
You have a
concerned.
concern, yeah. It's a
And I can
difference between
see
worrying and
Concern
The
is
future,
worry.
I can
My
see-
doctor said it's worry. If you think about something several times during the
No,
day,
you may
you're
no,
worried
no,
about
no.
it.
I feel right. Okay, if I'm concerned about something,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to. I trust God.
Try to
and
figure
see,
out.
faith without work is dead. I still need to figure out how I'm gonna do
Yes,
this. Say, for
right.
instance, you don't have a car.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're living, there's no one to give you a ride to go to the doctor, and you have this appointment that you cannot miss. And you can't walk, you can't call a cab. There's circumstances where you can't get. Now you're trying to figure out, now how am I going to get to the doctor on time? You think you should, if it was you would just lay down and go to sleep and not try to fix it and just say, you know what, when I wake up tomorrow, God,
No, for real though.
That's
That
what
happened to me several times.
to me.
But I,
Wow, that's
you know,
awesome.
it happened to me several times when I needed someone and they didn't come through.
What is this?
But guess what?
What?
For me, I couldn't let that stop me.
You
You
got us
know,
asleep.
you know, you know
Yeah,
me.
I
You know
yeah,
how I am. I find a way. I find a way. You know me, because just for instance, for some reason, God gave me, I guess, the gift that I could think like this. And when my back is against the wall, I'm at my best.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really, I
don't
am.
work
right?
under-
But that's because ultimately you trust God.
See, that's
Ultimately
the
you
point.
trust God,
That's-
but you use
see-
the wisdom that God give you to
this is-
not to make it happen on your own, but to make it happen.
But see, this makes so much sense because that describes scripture.
Mm-hmm.
Because her mind, you just say she don't work. She just like, I trust God, and that's it. I go to sleep when I wake up. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a very, very important appointment,
Mm-hmm.
and something was wrong with my car. Was in the shop being serviced or whatever, and I needed a ride, and it was same day. And what I did, I just called and cancel it and reschedule it.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me that I do it, I'm going to lose this and lose that. I was like, I rescheduled it. I said, I don't mind, I'll reschedule it. And I didn't lose anything.
Faith without
Faith.
works is dead.
I rescheduled it because I had no choice. I couldn't get there. And I wasn't catching the bus.
But with all that, you knew that God was going to make a way, though.
Yeah, I'm still learning that, to just, I say I trust the Lord, but there are times when I still can't. Last night I couldn't fall asleep. And I have no worries. I just, what happens to me too sometimes when I'm really sleepy and I can't sleep, then the sleep goes away. And I'd be like, Lord, please help me to get some sleep. Please, Lord, please. And I don't know how you do it. I understand what you're saying, but for me, there are times, I have to be very relaxed and out of my norm to be able to just tune everything out, because there's nothing to tune out.
But when you're that way, is it not that your mind is on God?
Well, my mind kind of always on God.
No, but I'm talking about right then. When you tune everything out, what is it that you're thinking of?
And I'm thinking right now, in my spirit, I'm hearing, Lord, I thank you, God. I just thank you.
See, yeah.
Oh, I thank you, Jesus. And I just, and I try to focus on just God
Mm-hmm.
and not my problems.
Mm-hmm. The positive things.
Yeah, so, and one time I had it really, really bad. I couldn't sleep because my mind won't shut off.
Mm-hmm.
And I practice being talking to God or read. That's why, like, every night before I go to bed, the last thing I do and the first thing I do every day is read my Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I read several chapters a day. I'm in November. I started the 1st of January, and I'm in November, almost in December, to read the whole Bible already. Okay, so I read. Sometimes in 4 months I already read the Bible, so I can read the Bible like twice a year, 3 times a year.
That's awesome.
And so I realize too, when I pray, I fall asleep praying. So I'll say my prayers and then pray to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that works for me. And when I wake up through the night, there was a pattern that I had where I woke up during the night and 3 hours I would stay awake,
Mm-hmm.
because I can't shut off my brain. And I'm not my mind isn't on God. I'm thinking about how I'm going to decorate this place, how I'm going to fix this, and where I'm going to go and buy this. And, I'm thinking things like that, because most times my days are so busy that when I want to plan an event, I have to do it when I lay down and all the cares of the day is gone. Then I lay down and then I start thinking about the function that I want to do or where I'm going to go. That's when I start to plan. And a lot of times I don't have peace because I can't shut it off. I keep thinking the same. I feel like I just was thinking about that time. It's an hour later and I'm still thinking about the same, and I don't make no progress. A lot of times I don't. But if I read my Bible and I pray and I trust God and I fall asleep, the Lord is directing me in my sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I would be sleeping. And the idea would come to me. A song, I wake up singing. I wake up with songs what angels gave me, I think. And so my brother gave me a little recorder. And sometimes I'll sing it in the recorder. And I'm always waking up with music, with songs and stuff like that. And I think that's when the Lord give you this peace. That's when He can minister to you. Because the Bible says even in your sleep, the Lord direct you. So even in your sleep, God will give you peace. Mm-hmm. And you will have pleasant dreams. I have many dreams I have with me going up into heaven in white clothes. I think that is so beautiful. Mm-hmm. When you fall asleep thinking about the Lord. When I wake up during the night, I think about God. And I made that a habit. And you know what I started doing? For peace, I had started to get this fear. And I know I probably strain, right? Because there's 3 of us, we talk in different ways of you can have peace. I had this fear of professing to be a Christian and just say I'm going and my family be left behind. Because honestly, if you had asked me a couple of years ago if I was going to heaven, I wouldn't be sure. I would tell you, I want to say yes. But now you ask me, and guess what? I smile. I really smile because I really believe with all my heart that I am going to heaven. I believe that my name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life. I believe that with all my heart, you know. And so when I go to sleep, and I feel like we as believers, we need to live holy. We don't know when the Lord is going to come, and we need to have that peace. Okay, and we need to focus on God and not the things of this world. And when I see the condition and the state of this world and the way our young people are today, it really hurts my heart. And I look at my grandchildren and my children, and all I want for them is to serve the Lord with all their heart. And I don't want them to be left behind. So when I wake up during the night and I be like, oh Lord, you can come here, because I'm still here. And for some reason, I just know once I open my eye, he ain't come. Ain't no way he come and leave me. I used to have this fear where it's be, oh God, please don't leave me, precious. And then I say, oh, please don't leave my husband. And then I start praying all over again. Please don't leave my children. And I call it, and then y'all, please don't leave my sisters and my brothers and their children, and then my mommy. And then I go on. And I've been praying for everybody that the Lord don't leave us, especially us who in church and professing to be Christians, because the Bible says we have a form of godliness, but we denying the power. We worshiping Him with our lips, but our heart is so far from Him. And I remember you telling me it's not lip; it comes from the heart. You have to when you speak from the heart, that's the truth. You understand? And so my peace comes from knowing that no matter what I may be going through, it's a phase. It's only for a season, and God is working things out for my good, and He has a plan for my future.
Yes.
And His plans for me is good. You understand? His plans for me is to give me a hope and a future, not evil. And so even when that come upon me, I know it's the plan of the enemy to take away my peace. And I always say, I don't want what the devil stole from me. But guess what? I want my peace. I want my joy. I want love. And I go around my house and I speak love in this house. I speak joy in this house. I speak support in this house. I speak unity. I speak servanthood, meaning everybody clean up after themselves. Because stuff like that could not give you peace. In your own house, your own family could give you the worst experience of your life. And the Bible tells you, look at David. His sons, you see what Absalom them did. In your own house could give you the most
unrest.
Yes. You know, I know, but you can take it over.
You were talking about peace. Some of you know, you two know that I take pills for my heart, right? And one night I was in the bed, getting ready to go to sleep, and my heart felt like if it was going to jump out of my body. I laid my sanctified self down, and I said, Lord, if you're going to take me tonight, it is well with my soul. And I went on to sleep. And I woke up and I was like, okay, God, you didn't take me. But that was 100% peace.
Yes. Oh,
I just laid myself down. I said, okay, God.
I prayed and
that
I
happened
waited.
to me a lot of times. I just know I was
and the next
not
day
going to wake up.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm still here.
Yes.
Yeah, I just
happened there.
That happened to me several times. I just, I have a habit of fixing myself.
Yes.
I just know I was not going to wake up in the morning. So I put everything where I needed to go. My important papers, everything. I just know I was gonna die for whatever reason. I don't know. I just felt like I don't know. I just knew I was gonna
you
die.
Had a peace. You know what it was? I think. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking she must have had a good relationship with God that day.
Oh, because I knew I was going to
heaven. That she was gonna be with him.
I sure
And you know
was.
what? That is good that you can go to sleep not being afraid.
See, I
and
love
having
that.
fear
Isn't that something?
that if God comes while you're asleep, that you won't make it.
Thank you, Jesus.
So just having a peace to know, okay, let me just fix myself, God, because I don't know where you're coming from.
I put everything where my kids could find it, and I was just ready. I was like, I think my work over here is done. I could go home, and it's the ones who stay behind is going to be stressed out, but I'll be gone. I closed my eyes. I didn't turn off the light. I closed my eyes, and I woke up the next morning.
Like, I'm still here. Yeah, but I remember one night I had this pain, and this was years ago, in my chest, and I was so scared. And I didn't tell my husband, I took my bath and everything, and the pain was still there. And I dressed myself nice and make sure my hair, I fixed myself. Not like glamour girl, but and I lay down and I say my prayers and I repented and I waited to die.
Yes.
And
Always repent.
Yes.
No, for real. For me,
I waited to die, and I walked, and I say, I'm still here. So the next day I went to the doctor, and they hooked me up to all these,
EKGs.
and the machine and stuff, and say, you didn't have a heart attack or nothing like that. But I don't remember what they say was wrong, but I was fine.
but my doctor told me I have several scars on my brains. I never said tell
Several
anybody
what?
Scars on my
So when you
brains.
gonna tell us that?
They told me that years
Why
ago.
you
I
did
just
it?
felt like I had a stroke or something.
You mean to tell me-
little strokes.
Oh, you mean that
But a
means you
long
had
time
strokes?
ago. Yes, long time ago.
Several?
Yes, I have several scars on my brains.
Oh.
This was a long time ago. I never repeat that because it
Well,
You
didn't,
didn't believe it, right?
it didn't faze me. I was like, oh, okay.
But you always tell me you're not afraid to die.
I'm not.
I don't get anyway.
I always say that from a child
Peace.
because for me, it's like
Peace.
as long as you live,
Yes,
there's
I
one
like-
thing
yes.
you know and you're sure of is that you're gonna die one day.
You don't
If
get
If the
rapture.
Lord's
Don't
tarry.
rapture,
Yes.
yeah.
If the Lord tarry. But that's the only thing you're sure of. So why not make peace
Yes,
with
because
that?
you're the only one that can control that.
That's true.
People
You
might be able to
stand
control
God before
everything,
yourself,
every other aspect of your life.
Mhm.
Somebody has something to do with it.
Mhm.
Your husband, your children, your work, your job, your whomever. But when it comes to your relationship with God, no one can take that from you. Someone can introduce you to God, but no one can take God from
And
you.
you can't say, "Oh, my wife or my husband stopped me, and they don't let me do
Yeah,
it." No, you can't say
sometimes-
that.
Sometimes we allow our loved
Think
ones
this
to
way.
prevent us
Mhm.
from being who we're supposed to be in
Because
Christ.
you give that
we
power
give
to them.
Yeah.
But
Like,
in your heart, nobody can take that from you.
Yeah, but someone
Love.
told me the other day.
Love causes that a lot of times. And you love somebody. And you love God and you love this person. And this person wants you to do this. And they want you to live with them, sleep with them, do this and do that. And sometimes you
Just
choose
leave
that person.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But still, that person could
Are
not,
we
do
going
not
off-
have the
off track?
power to do that to you. You would have to give it to
We're
them.
going off
You don't have the
track,
power
yeah.
to take your peace that God gives you. You have to give it to them.
Peace.
You have to give it to them. Matter of fact, I know I'm off topic, but I just got to share this
Yeah.
with y'all. I was in my bathroom sitting on the commode, and it was raining. In my house, if it's raining, you don't know it's raining because of the windows. And the bathroom window was open, so I heard the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting on the commode, and I said, "It is raining cats and dogs." Cats and dogs. And I heard the Spirit said, "I don't rain cats and dogs. I rain grace, mercy,
What?
peace."
Uh-huh.
And he went on and on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "God, thank you."
Mm-hmm.
He rains peace.
So we could say
On
"Rain
us.
down peace." I'm gonna write
Don't
the song.
say that it rained cats and dogs. He said, "I don't rain cats and dogs. I rain peace."
That's powerful.
And he started naming it. So my lesson in all that was, whatever you need when it's raining,
Oh,
if it's
okay.
peace,
That's
you say, "God, I need some peace right now because you are now raining peace."
That's like when you remember when we were young. I know we're going off track. When we were young, when it thundered and lightning, what we used to have to do?
Be still
Where we used to have to go
in the room.
and do what?
Pray.
Go in the bed.
Yeah,
be
remember?
quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My mom
because
used to
why?
say, "Be
Why?
quiet.
Because
The Lord is speaking."
Yes. And we had to be quiet. And then something. So there is something to that for true.
Yes.
You think?
I think
Yes.
she should use that time to get rid of us. For her peace.
Yeah.
She got peace from the seven of us. She's like, "Oh wow, it's thundering and lightning. This is my time.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. The Lord is
Yes.
speaking."
Because every time, I remember every time. Oh, I'm thinking it was the sugar and water now. And the thunder and lightning strike, we have to give you sugar.
No, that was something different. When you scare me or somebody else did.
I did. Oh, let's not talk about that.
Yes.
Or that I took away your piece that night.
You did.
Stand to the window with the white powder on. It was me who did that, or Daniel?
Oh, Mo, you were Mo.
Mo did that.
Bishop did not do that.
But that was terrible. I'm sorry for stealing your piece. I'm sorry. You forgive me, right? I know I had something to do with that. I can't remember.
So that's why, if it's you, you have to pray my healing 100%.
Sure, you think I did that?
I don't know for sure, but you have
But
to
I
pray.
have that problem too. Well, not severe like yours.
But guess what? This is what we were saying not too long ago. The cares and the issues of life,
Mm-hmm.
that's mental, that disturbs our peace.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, it disturbs your health.
Yes.
Yes,
You know
it does.
that, yeah.
So I don't have any scientific fact that what I'm saying is true, but I honestly believe when emotional pain turn into physical pain, it messes with your heart.
Well, that's true.
And when your heart's in a mess, there's no peace.
Wait. But you're not. I didn't do that.
No, I'm
That-
just
that
generally
came after you
speaking.
grew
No,
up.
I'm just generally speaking that, you know, when we don't
I
protect
hate it. I'm
our
so sorry.
emotions, right? Then we
It's
become
true.
so discombobulated
Yeah.
with things and miserable.
Uh-huh.
Then we
It's true.
internalize
It's
stuff.
true. You remember I told you, 2000 out of 14 or 15, I went to the doctor like 20 times.
Mhm.
And every time I went, they told me I had emotional stress. And I was like, no, I don't.
Mhm.
Because there are times when you could pretend that, not really pretend, but because you're trying to be so strong and you're the superwoman and stuff, and you have so much to do and stuff, you're so busy and stuff, you don't know that you're stressed,
Mhm.
you know? And until it starts, you see, but your brain knows. And so I end up physically sick. And every time I go to the doctor, there's nothing wrong with me. And so, remember my heart, my head, my all kind of stuff. So we need to learn to accept the peace that God gave us, because you can end up sick or you can end up dead. You know, but our time is up for today again. Close this out, Jackie.
Thank you for watching Walking with Jesus.
Yes, and we hope that you meet us here the same time next week, same station. God bless you. And if you don't know Lord, I'll encourage you to get to know Him today. Peace. Peace.
Be with you.
Amen. I started to
Oh yeah. Glory. Oh Lord. Bring it back. Yeah. Bring it back. Faithfulness. Bring it back. Let the glory return to your house. Return to your house. Let the glory return to your house. Let it return. Oh, let the glory, the Lord, let the glory of the Lord, let the glory return to your house. Let the glory of Jehovah fill this place. Oh yeah. As we offer up true worship from our hearts. Oh, let the glory of the Lord, let the glory of the Lord, oh, let the glory return, let the glory return, oh, let the glory return to His house. Let the glory return to your house. Return to your house. Let the glory return to your house. Let it return. Oh, let the glory, the Lord, let the glory of the Lord, let the glory return to your house. I wanna see your glory, Lord. return to your house.
Hi, I'm Cardell with Cardell Realty, and I'm very excited to be sharing this property and the testimony of the owner with you. So if you come on in with me, I'll introduce you to the owner in just a few minutes. Are we ready? I think it's gonna cut. Hey, Mr. Harris! I know I surprised you, but as you know, you're getting ready to close. And before you leave, I just want to have a testimony of our experience that we had. Because
Wonderful.
we purchased and now we're selling. This is a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in the heart of the Hollywood Hills.
And even the office space also. You actually have a 4-bedroom if you decide to put in closets. More money.
Hint.
We've knocked down all the walls, the ceilings. It had popcorn ceiling. Come in and just take a look at the bathroom. Now we're going to the 2nd bedroom. Come on in. Check it out. And this room also, we've totally upgraded everything. The ceilings, the walls, new window treatment. We actually have hurricane-proof windows throughout the whole house.
Yes.
Sliding glass, hurricane-proof everything. You see I'm into my
Affirmations.
affirmation.
I love it. I love it completely.
Now we're going into my daughter's room.
I remember when we came for the walkthrough, one of the twins said, "Oh my God, it is so small." What are they saying now?
They love it. They actually love it. It's amazing what you can do, you know, with people helping you do the walls, the floors. Everything's been done over, so it's really become a beautiful home. With a house, now it's a beautiful home.
Indeed. Love
And
it.
I'm so happy she found me this beautiful home, and I love it.
I am very happy you took my advice when I said, "Mr. Harris, this is a house."
Exactly.
Then you're going to make it into your
home.
Thank you.
That is, and she said that. This is actually the final bedroom that could be converted into a bedroom. All it needs is a closet. Come check it out.
That's a very big space.
It is. It is.
This is where the mastermind works, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, I started to put in a pool, but we're gonna look for one that's already has a pool.
Yes. Sorry again for the surprise visit, but we found a buyer in no time. I know we're going to a closing in less than 15 days.
Right.
Less than 15 days.
Right, we'll be going to closing.
Yes.
They saw the property within 2 days. They were putting in a contract.
Yes. Listing, contract to closing in less than 15 days.
Thanks to Miss Musgrove.
Mr. Harris, thank you again for your time.
Thank you so much, Miss Musgrove.
And I'll see you on Tuesday for closing.
Tuesday at closing.
All right.
Ching, ching.